Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Shabs and welcome to another video on the channel. So before the weekend league started, it actually started right now, but just before the weekend league starts for some people, for now I'm going to show you guys my first ever weekend league squad. It is a 100K squad, and you will have seen a lot of players that are similar, actually identical to the squad that I told you guys that I would use for my 50K, 100K, 250K squad. I showed you guys the 3-tier squad builder that I wanted to build, and this is one of the squads that I built for FUT Champions. You know, my main account I can't use right now, as you guys know, but I'm going to be playing on my second account, FUT Champions, for this weekend, which I will be live streaming on Twitch. Link is in the description down below. Drop me a follow. Come back to the stream later on tonight. I'll tweet it out, so follow me on Twitter if you want updates. I'll tweet out exactly when I go live with this exact squad. We're currently 6-0 in FUT Champions, and I'll show you guys the record up top in the screen, here in the screen, in a little while. But anyways, guys, here's my squad. It is 100,000 coins or less right now. And this is what I'm going to be using for this weekend. I've already played 6 games and I've come up against some very, very high-end squads. No icons or anything like that, but meta players like Lacazette's, Griezmann's, Ronaldo's, Bale's. That's what I've come up against so far. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to start with the bench, okay? As you guys can see, man, I got some 3 not meta players, but 3 highly influential and impactful players off the bench. The only player that would top it off is if I could afford Balde Diao instead of Rodrigo, but I can't right now. But Kouyaté is going to be coming off the bench as a defensive midfielder. I play 4-2-3-1 right now, which you guys can also, like I said, follow on Twitch when I'm live streaming to see exactly how I use the formation. But when I do use Kouyaté, he's going to be playing as a central defensive midfielder to kind of push up, but more so 6'2" height, I believe he has. And yeah, high medium work rates, but he's 6'2", 88 physical. That's all I really need. Rodrigo, he's got good pace, 4-star skill moves. He scored 1 goal and 2 assists in the 5 games or 6 games that I played off the bench from him. Doumbia, I just bought him as an off the bench guy, 4-star, high pace, decent enough physical, which is what I want off of the bench. But anyways, guys, here's my main squad. I'm gonna flip it over now so you guys can see exactly the squad I'm talking about. So in my actual squad builder that I put together, instead of Insigne, I had Douglas Costa. But Douglas Costa is way too expensive for me right now, so I'm gonna stick with Insigne on that side. But this is the squad. It is a full Calcio side. You can tell by the squad name, it's built around Alejandro Gomez, who has been an absolute animal for me, man. 12 goals, 2 assists in 7 games. And these are all FUT Champions games, man. One of them was in seasons, but the rest are in FUT Champions games. 27,000 coins. He was 22, like, literally 3 days ago. But anyways, it is what it is. Had to buy him. 4-star. If you look at his stats, 90 dribbling, 88 dribbling, 90 pace, 80 passing, 77 shooting. That's the stats of a card that would go for 100, 200K. Think about it. If Alejandro Gomez was a BPL player, how much would he be going for, right? But since he's in the Calcio, he's not going for enough, in my opinion. He is 5'5", but trust me, in game, he's very strong. I must have loved Bailly for one of the goals that I scored. And obviously for this, guys, I'm going to be showing you guys highlights of the squad in action in seasons. You'll be seeing highlights of the squad after the squad builder thing, because a lot of people commented in the last video, they're like, yo, put highlights of the squads that you're telling us to use because you haven't used the players. I've used all the players that I'm telling you guys to use. That's why I'm recommending them. But anyways, for this, I have the highlights, so don't worry about that. Gomez is who I build around, but this is the squad, man. Manolas. So from the 6 FUT Champions game I played, the biggest key players, the star players in this squad have been Costas Manolas, Barolo and Cadera, Gomez and Belotti. Belotti has been an animal for me. 5 goals, 10 assists. He really muscles off most center backs. Gomez has been the superstar. These two in the midfield. Parolo, okay, maybe scratch that. Parolo's been decent, but Cadera, he's been a force in the midfield, which is what I like. He's tall. He doesn't feel as bad as he did in the demo, which is great news for players that like the Serie A. He's really, really good, really useful. Manolas has been a star as well. Lukaku and Cancelo is the left back and right back. The wing backs in the Serie A, they're cheap and they're pacey. Sorry, messed up there for a second, but they're cheap and pacey, like I said, man. 89 pace, 81 physical, 92 pace, 71 physical. So Cancelo's a little bit weak and his tackling is kind of poor, and it did cost me a goal in 1 game, man, against Lacazette. I tackled the ball, but his strength wasn't there. He got out-muscled and Lacazette scored a long shot. So he is sort of a problem, a weakness in terms of his physicality. But for now, I'm going to keep him there. Insigne, Berardi, Belotti, and Gomez are my attacking force. Let me show you guys how it looks like in-game, okay? Alright, guys, so in-game, you're going to see Berardi on the left side, Insigne on the right side, Cadera on here, and Barolo over here. It looks just like this in-game, okay? Berardi, I just played with him because of his left foot. I wanted that left foot on the left side, and he's been doing pretty decent work for me, to be honest with you. Insigne has been putting in work as well. I don't know how much... Oh wow, he's putting in bare work. 4 goals, 6 assists, so he's doing really well, much better than I thought. 10 contributions. Belotti already showed you guys. Gomez is obviously the star. Parolo has been doing decent, like I said. He feels very, very slow, which I don't like in game. He feels slower than Cadena sometimes. I don't know what that's down to, but he does feel a little slow. Benassia has been doing work. He's been doing his job. He doesn't get caught out of position. He's got good positioning, good marking, good tackling. His pace doesn't seem to be an issue, so I'm liking Benassia a lot. Manolas obviously is much better than him, but this whole team is very, very overpowered. The only thing I wish I could fit in Gabriel Jesus and Willian or something like that, right? Gabriel Jesus at striker would probably be the dream in the squad in terms of a cheap 100K squad. But anyways, guys, this is the squad that I used. Instructions that I'm going to be using this weekend that I've already used in the first 6 games. Stay back while attacking. Stay back while attacking. Cut passing links, stay back. Cut passing lanes and stay back. And then getting behind. And that's it for my Belotti. The cams, I leave it on neutral. If I need a goal, I might do stay forward, stay forward, stay forward. But and if I need to save a goal, come back on defense, come back on defense. And come back on defense. That's pretty much it, man. Sometimes, very rarely, I go into a 4-3-1-2. This is when I need a goal late in the game. Belotti plays up top. He plays actually on this side. No, he plays on this side. I put Gomez there. I put Berardi. Not Berardi. Usually when I need a goal, it's late in the game, right? So I make substitutions. It's like this, and then I sub off Berardi for Dumbia, and I bring on Kuyate for Insigne. And I play it just like this if I need a goal. Sometimes even take off Belotti for Rodrigo. I'm never going to take off Gomez because he's too much of a star player for me. And sometimes off the bench is like this. Anyways, guys, enough talking, enough jabber. Let's get into the highlights of the squad. Show you how good this team really is. Alright guys, so like I was saying in the last video, very few people said that they were not fond of the squad builder, the 3-tier squad builder that I made, because they wanted to see highlights of it. They didn't believe that I used those players or that I knew what I was talking about. But like I said, guys, I did use every single player. It's just that now I have more coins allocated in my club, so I can make better teams. But this is another example of me actually using this club and the squad, this 100K squad builder. It's the same exact one that I made in the 3-tier squads, and I'm actually using it right now. You guys can see physical evidence that I'm using it, and these are the highlights I got in seasons. And I played one game against a subscriber who's actually a very good player as well. You're gonna see it in the highlights here. But yeah, like as you guys know, guys, this squad, like I said, the star player is Alejandro Gomez. You want to play the ball around him. I used this squad in the 4-2-3-1 formation. I tried it in the 4-3-2-1, not really good. The 4-3-1-2 worked like a gem. I would play Berardi at center mid, and then I would play Insigne, Alejandro Gomez, and Belotti up top. And everything else worked well, man. It worked really well in that formation as well. Like I'm saying, though, with this formation in FUT Champions and this squad, you're missing a few meta players in certain positions. I'll tell you right off the bat, Benassia, he's very, very good. But he'll get burned against pacey players like Ousmane Dembele, Mbappe, Martial, Gabriel Jesus. Although I've played really well, and this is the game against a subscriber, like I said, man, look at that squad, man. We can even match up against this squad well, like I was talking about. So, attacking wise, you have one meta player, potentially two in Belotti and Alejandro Gomez. Insigne has been putting in work, to be fair, but he's a little bit too small. He doesn't have the quality that Alejandro Gomez has. I don't know what the difference is there, but he's just lacking quality. Cadena in the midfield was good, but you're still missing some meta players, obviously, like I said, man. So I'm going to be seeing how it works in FUT Champions. Obviously, if you want to tune in, twitch.tv/ShabzGamingHD. Tune into the streams. We're going to be doing FUT Champions there. I'm going to be streaming actually today, later on today. If I have the time. If I don't, I'll be streaming early tomorrow morning. And you can tune in. Just drop me a follow. Follow me on Twitter as well for updates. Or get email notifications for the Twitch streams. We're going to see how it works out over there on Twitch. I'm going to hope that it works well. I don't know. Something told me to go stream on Twitch versus YouTube. I really want to listen to any music I want. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. Deuces.